Okay, here's a cool trick actually. So I think it was erroring out for me because I didn't have the cart style saved. So make sure all your files are saved and it should be just fine. So let's add these back again and click, and look at that, it works just fine. Now the quantity, I didn't add the styling for that, but you know what? We kind of have it. We don't even need this export here in the cart styles. Let's get rid of that. Let's go over to our cart, get rid of it from here. I believe that's gonna error out now. Yeah, okay, quantity doesn't exist. We can import it from our product details. We already have quantity defined there, and the styling should be pretty much the same. So let's just import it from there. Go to the cart, let's import quantity from /style/ product details. Add. Look at that, we have we have the styling done. There you go. Easy peasy. How about that? Yeah, that's pretty good. You can add a bit of spacing in between them if you want, but that will do just fine for now. Cool. So we have that. Now what I want to do is make this functional as well. I want this to be able to increase and decrease it, so I can add all of these items and then modify it in here. So let's cover that in this episode. So we kind of have the functionality in our context here to add products. So let's do that. Let's go over to our cart. And here, let's also import onAdd. Okay? And then we can go down here to our plus button, and we can say on click, run an arrow function that adds the item, because we're looping over them here. And do we do the QTI? No, we just want to increase it by 1 here. So if they click here, I just want it to increase by 1 rather than the QTI that's here. So if this is on 5, I don't want this to go to 7 when I click on it. So rather than passing in the QTI, we can just pass 1. So the quantity is always going to be 1 when we click here. And look at that, it works just the save. So this function is quite flexible because we can always just pass the quantity that we want. So there we go. That works perfectly. Now for decreasing, we need to make a new function in our context. So let's go in our context, and we're going to call this remove product. So we're going to say onRemove is equal to product, run an arrow function. We can pretty much copy over this line here to check if the product exists. And if it exists and the quantity triple equals 1, what I want to do is set the cart items to cart items.filter, and we can take each item in here and say item.slug exclamation double equal signs product.slug. All right, and then else, let's just write this out and I'll go over it. Set cart items, I'm gonna map over it, cart items.map, and for each item in here, item.slug triple equals product.slug, then exist, quantity is exist.quantity minus 1, else item. Okay, what is going on here? So first of all, we check if the product is in the cart. Now if the quantity triple equals to 1, that means when we click again on here, so if this is 1 and we click on the minus, we want it to be removed. So we set the cart items, we filter it out, we find the item.slug, and if it doesn't match the product.slug, then just get rid of it. else we are mapping over all the items. And if we find the item that equals to our product, then we'll just, again, spread out the existing information in that product and just decrease the quantity by 1. And that's it. All right, so let's import this. Let's pass it down here in the value so we can have access to it. And let's head over to our cart, pass on remove, just like that. And then down here on the minus, we can do on click is equal to an arrow function. And on remove, we want to pass down the item. Okay, let's see. And look at that, it works. And when there's only one left, it's gonna do the check and get rid of it. Okay, I can console log this out just to make it extra clear. So if I do console log exist here, let's go line by line over to make this as clear as possible. So minus, so as you can see, it exists. So it's going to return me the actual object and this filtering system here. So exist quantity 1. Let's console log this out. Console log the filter. I don't think that's going to console log out actually for us. But yeah, we're filtering it out and getting rid of it essentially. And here again, we're just removing exist quantity minus 1. So the existing product in the card, take 1 away from it. Okay, so there we go. That's that's nice and clean. And look at that, when there's no items, we get this nice, beautiful message here saying you have no items in your shopping cart. Oh, do we have an error? We have 25x here. Let's do a refresh. Oh yeah, see, each child must have a unique key prop. We encountered that issue before. So again, an easy fix for that is to just go to your cart, and here where we're mapping over everything, we can do key equal to item.slug and hit save. So let's do a refresh and hopefully we can get rid of that. And we do. Lovely. Lovely job. One more thing I'd say, maybe spacing these out a little bit here. I'm not sure why these are not getting that spaced out as I wanted to. Okay, so maybe this div is not big enough. And that's actually this product details quantity here is giving us a bit of trouble. So maybe the p tag here should have a bit more space. But it does here, so... Oh, I think the buttons have a bit of padding to it. So let's see, do these buttons have paddings on it? Oh, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So let's see what's going on there. Quantity. We have buttons here with paddings. So let's take a look here. Font size. Yeah, it doesn't look like the buttons have any padding, so let's just add a padding of 1 rem and see if that looks better. There we go, that's much better. Okay, there we go, that fixed it. Let's just do on top and, let's just do left and right, no top and bottom. So 0 rem, 1 rem. There we go. We can maybe do a little less, 0.5 rem. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right, there we go. So we implemented the add and remove and increase the numbers and decreasing them and having the shopping cart almost fully functional. So that's it. I'll see you in the next episode.